How many of you as leaders want to be very happy? You want to have a great workplace experience and want to have a happy life. And you're wondering, what is happiness all about? Is it about that car that I need to buy, that house that I'm supposed to buy, the promotion, that profile that I'm going to get? Yeah. Or that increment? Yeah. And then you realize that, okay, once I've achieved it, it's quite short lived. It just fizzles out. And then I'm off to chasing the next one. And what is happiness? Well, this one is very, very important. And I'm going to share certain very, very fundamental things with you. Make sure you watch this right until the end. Hi, I'm Aastha Tatia, daughter of two rock-solid pillars, mother to a lovely daughter, wife of a humor king, an engineer, MBA corporate executive turned anchor person, now an author and a happiness coach, helping corporate leaders build their happiness muscle by expressing their highest potential and thereby creating a great workplace experience. If what you hear today makes sense, then go ahead and hit the like button. Also, if you've not already done, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Dr. Robert Waldinger, who's the fourth director of the Harvard Study of Adult Development. It's a very interesting study. I think the only one of its kind, 75 years and still running. Can you imagine? And what they're doing in this study is they are following people through their lives. So started early on when they were probably in their late teens or early 20s. And some of these are now in their 90s. Yeah. And they have been tracking and following these people, seeing how they are faring in their lives. And the big lesson that the big learning that Dr. Robert Waldinger shares is good relationships, warm relationships make you happier and healthier, period. That's the big learning. And three lessons about relationships that he talks about. Number one, social connections are a must for us. Loneliness kills us. The way we are designed, we want to be connected to people. Now, loneliness and being alone are very different. You may feel lonely even though you're married, you're around a bunch of people, but that is almost life-threatening for us, right? So social connections are a must. Number two, relationships, the quality of relationships is very, very important. So it's not about, I'm married or I have a partner or I have a bunch of friends and we hang out together. Well, the thing is, what is the quality of the relationships? If there are conflicts, if there are, if that satisfaction is not there, then it's as good as not being in relationships, right? You don't have those. And researchers have shown that people who've been satisfied in their relationships at 50 were way healthier when they were 80. Yeah, so that's what it is, the quality of relationships. And number three, good relationships not only impact your bodies, but your brain as well. So people who felt that they could count on the other person for support, for help, for being there, they did not have memory loss. They had much lesser, memory challenges versus people who felt they could not count on. There were those trust issues, there were problems, couldn't feel safe, had memory loss challenges. Now, isn't this interesting? Yeah. So this brings us to a very, very important point, a critical one, that relationships which are often ignored, which take a back seat, are fundamental to our lives. They are fundamental to having a desirable life, the kind of life that we want. And that applies both to your professional space as well as your personal space. Now, the leaders out there, if you struggle with your relationships, if you struggle in the way you show up at your workplace, so whether it's your relation with yourself, because that's ultimately going to give you your relationships outside, this needs to be taken up fundamentally. So what is important is that I am happy where I am right now, in the present, right? And for that, the work needs to happen here. So if I want those relationships outside, which are great, which are warm, I need to start to focus on them. The warm relationships need to be nurtured. The ones which are cold, I need to see what's holding me back there. How can I show up there? What work needs to happen here, which doesn't let me connect with people? Maybe there's something that I need to work upon. Or either ways, if I feel that there are those cold relations which pull me down, I need to move away. I need to move away from those people. I need to be assertive. I need to learn to stand up for myself. Now, all of that requires me to do the work on myself, because there's a lot of past trauma which needs to be healed. Let me know in the comments what opened up for you, what resonated with you. Did this make sense? Yeah. And go ahead and like this, share this with somebody who you think needs to hear this. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.